Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris? He doesn't compete anymore, kid. And one of the main reasons he doesn't is me. Okay, let's, yeah. He doesn't compete because I would kick his ass.
Okay, we good?
Yeah.
You good? You
All
know
right.
who we're talking about? So, but his performance was just amazing.
Oh yeah. Many of the performances in this are actually pretty good, but it's not that it's a badly written movie, but it's a badly written movie.
It is.
In the sense that the lines are so cheesy, and it's so, like Michael said, it's so stereotypical, and it's ridiculous. You have to go into this movie leaving logic
behind you.
And you have to completely suspend disbelief.
Because, I'm sorry, within the first 5 minutes, you're like, no, that's not going to happen. But you have to understand that this is a family movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was written this way on purpose.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be something you can take your kids to see, and it'd be a good time, but it's I was going to save this for later. This is the not so serious Karate Kid. This is Karate Kid, but not at all serious.
In a lot of ways, yeah.
A lot of the same comparisons.
Yes. A lot of the same message. Belief in yourself, personal strength, overcoming obstacles, blah, 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 blah.
Guy gets the girl at the end,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Guy wins the tournament, blah, 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 blah.
One of the big differences they put in this one, and one of the things that I really liked about this movie especially, was the asthma.
Mm-hmm. Not only have to overcome, like, just being picked on and nobody liking him and coming from nothing to knowing all this stuff, but he had to also
overcome asthma, which is a pretty big thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember when I was a kid watching this and having trouble getting through some of it because it made me hurt, because I had asthma, when I was younger, and that part where he was in chains and being not really in chains, we'll explain what we mean by that.
Yeah.
Having his chest just compressed, and I remember watching as a kid, and even I was like, oh, I was feeling his pain, because it really is a big thing, and the scene where he's on his porch and his inhaler isn't working
because he breaks it,
yeah,
because he gets pissed off and destroys it.
And he's just sitting there saying, I will beat you, and it's one of the worst feelings in the world. It really feels like you're gonna die, even though you know that you're not, but it feels like you are.
That took it to a dark place.
Let's go back to the happier place. In case you're wondering what I meant by, we'll get back to that when I was talking about him being in chains. The main character is a daydreamer. That's one of the big parts of the movie.
Yeah.
And specifically, he daydreams about Chuck Norris
being his sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the name Sidekicks.
Yeah.
Because he has asthma, he's not athletic, so he goes into these fantasy realms where he is whatever movie that he just happens to be watching, or whatever movie poster happens to be on the wall, or whatever scenario just happens to be kind of similar to what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he can be the hero.
Yeah.
And tear shit up.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, we got Missing in Action, got the Hitman, You got Lone Wolf McQuade.
Even though that one was really more a reference to name than anything, because
Yeah, because
Lone Wolf McQuade was not a Western at all.
what else was there?
I don't know what the first one was. Some sort of kung fu movie.
Yeah.
Which Chuck Norris was in one or two kung fu movies, but not a lot. But then I noticed that the Last Daydream he had, which I remember...
The Hitman.
What?
The Hitman.
Oh, is that what that was supposed to be?
That was supposed to be The Hitman.
Oh, okay. I always wondered that because I'm like, well, I could never think of a Chuck Norris movie that fit. But then, you know, he said at the end, hey, this is my dream. So I'm like, okay, it doesn't have to fit a Chuck Norris movie. But
if you notice, when he dropped off the pull-up bar, there's a Hitman poster hanging on his wall.
Oh, okay. That was
very subtle. It was very subtle.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well, that's a 23-year-old mystery that he just solved in 5 seconds.
And that is a real movie. So
yeah.
But it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he said, it's just a way to break away for an hour and a half and not have to. It's the true sense of what a movie should be.
Yeah, you can really kind of turn yourself off
Mm-hmm.
and just watch it.
You don't have to think about and worry about stuff.
And actually, it's better to not think about it.
Yeah, it's just better just to go with the flow. Danica McKellar. Okay, well, I guess we already had that moment, but yeah.
It's Danica McKellar.
Uh-huh.
And back when she was younger and still nerdy looking, which was great.
Yeah, because this was right at the tail end of Wonder Years. So, okay, Joe Piscopo.
Joe Piscopo. Oh my God. This man, if nothing else that we have said has convinced you to check this movie out, which why wouldn't it? Watch it for Joe Piscopo alone. His performance, it's almost like they told him that this movie is going to be awful, so just do your absolute worst to the scenery that you can do. Yeah. And so he does. It's so over the top and so ridiculous and so just everything.
Yeah. It's like he took he's a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He's a stand-up comedian. He was on Saturday Night Live. That's probably why you may not know him, because that was 20-something years ago. But they it's like he said, just
be yourself.
Yeah, and it was so awful. I mean, it was, and he was a dick.
Oh God, yes. His character is a complete dick.
Yeah. And a lot of I'm gonna go back to the Karate Kid comparison. I mean, he is to John Kreese, but on a lighter affair. Still as much as an ass as John Kreese is, but to a lesser degree. Mm-hmm. But he's more over the top than John Kreese ever was, But he just, oh man. And what was that you said? Cellini, I guess for our comparison, the Johnny of the movie. Yeah. I mean, he's a dick too. Oh yeah. But he's almost even more so than Johnny ever was. He doesn't give up. And the only reason I say that is because I've seen Karate Kid so many times that you start to kind of see that, maybe it's not completely Johnny's fault that he's this way. He's had John Kreese as a teacher for probably 4 or 5 years. Yeah. And plus, he's not necessarily the bad guy in the movie. No, not really. Daniel came in and stole his girl, basically. You know what? We're not going to let's not go there, okay? We're going to get way off topic. No, we're not reviewing Karate Kid. We're just making some comparisons. But it's like you said, Cellini never tried to kill
No.
Barry.
Although, you know, he was about to fight him and he was standing on his chest, and for somebody with asthma that could, you know, that could kind of mess him up pretty bad. But, you know, he, even at the tournament, he's getting right in there and saying, after you break your hand on these bricks, I'm going to go steal your girlfriend. I mean, really? That's bad form.
Yeah.
Bad form. Okay.
Bad form. I think we chew this movie up as much as we can. 'Cause I have nothing else to say about this movie. We've hit the major actors in it.
Uh-huh.
We didn't even talk about Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah, true. For you guys that don't know, Jonathan Brandis was an actor in the 90s. He was kind of big for a while.
Yeah.
And then
He
he
did
died.
this and Ladybugs and Sequest. He was the biggest on Sequest.
Yeah.
And then he
And
killed himself.
he actually directed a movie right before he died.
Hmm.
I don't remember what the name of it is. I don't know if it's ever been released. But yeah, he passed away in 2003, member of the 27 Club. So.
Yep.
But yeah.
But he portrayed every emotion perfectly
Yes.
in this. He was like, honestly, besides Miko and, you know,
Besides Mako.
Mako, yeah,
Yes.
he was like the best part of this movie. I mean,
Yeah.
because this was basically, it was him and Mako's movie. This was,
Yeah. It really is. You know.
everybody else is kind of a minor character. Even Chuck Norris was a minor character in it. Like, actually Chuck Norris.
Yeah. I mean, he's in the daydream portions, but really.
He has nothing to do with the movie until the very end. The actual timeline of the movie until the very end, so.
Yeah. And Jonathan Brandis was very good. You know, he was a very good actor. He probably would have gone pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, he had some demons. So,
Yes. Yep.
yeah.
I almost made a really bad joke, and it's like, yeah, well, after being made up fun of, you know, I'm not even gonna say that. No, we'll just cut that. We'll just edit that out.
Okay, good.
So anyway, sidekicks. We've told you where it is. We'll even probably post the link in the description.
Yes. Because you need to watch
This movie has to be watched by more people. I don't think enough people know this movie, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a crying shame.
It is, you know, this is definitely one of those movies that, I don't know, it's so much a nostalgia movie because, you know, we watched it and, you know, it's a horrible movie in a lot of ways, but we still love it because just of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you look at it as just as a whole, it's pretty bad, but you slip those nostalgia glasses on, even if you didn't see it when you were a kid, just put yourself back in the mindset of when it came out.
Of being a 12, 13-year-old kid.
Uh-huh. And being the early 90s, and you're going to understand what we mean.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And with that, watch it!
Yep. Yeah. Join us next time for something. We don't know what yet.
Well,
we never know.
We never know, but yeah, I'll be biting the bullet and reviewing something this weekend. It's going to be tough to get through. So.
Yeah. He will at least. I don't know if I will be joining him or not. What?
So,
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that. It's going to be a very gray weekend. So,
All right.